Ooh, got a little water in my mouth there. What is up, buds? Welcome to Weed&d, the pod positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master, Brandon Allen McClenahan, but folks around here are calling me Bam, and I'm super cool with that. Unfortunately, guys, we are having some crazy issues tonight, and we have decided to salvage this evening because you know what? We love you guys. We just took this break, and I was all sad that I didn't get to see you, so we're gonna make sure that we at least get a night to touch in with you guys, hang out. Unfortunately, we're kind of running things in safe mode right now. We're just having some stuff on our end. We don't need to get into the specifics, but thank you so much for joining us. What we are gonna do tonight is take our Ferocious Five and do a Getting Higher sesh, where we are going to take our team from level 6 to level 7. And speaking of those sexy motherfuckers, please allow me to bring to you my favorite people in the entire world. The whole reason that we had to do something tonight, just so I could see these pretty faces. The cast of Weed&d. How are you doing, my friends?
Well.
Whoa. All right, I know we're doing kind of a weird thing, but I still like to keep with our little rituals. So we got a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you have heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter like this one right here. Today, it's pink. Hold it up in front of us. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire. And go. Lighters up. Let's level up some fucking characters, guys. Woo!
WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD.
They're gonna be doing that for a while.
All right, I think we're back. I actually don't have that screen today, so I don't know. I'm shooting in the dark, baby. We are doing it live. All right, so sweet team.
Doing it live.
Basically, you guys. First off, let's check in with you here. Tenna baby, you just had a miracle. The god Shantia with the Bloomy Storm, crazy. Brian is a fucking Dracodile now.
Yeah.
He's got wings, fly speed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Brian leveled up.
Play.
Brian leveled
Yes.
up.
Yeah, higher indeed.
How's he doing?
Higher and higher. He's doing great. I think he's living his best life. I think he's a little scared because he's new, but I think he's a thick, wiggly good boy. And he's also like probably super stoked to be eating some bodies.
Fleshy sacks. Brian loves a good fleshy sack.
Don't we all?
Yeah. But no, I am interested. Just this is a little bit. I never get this chance to talk to the players about some of this stuff, and I have my own questions. Dang it! So you guys have now just faced two of the most iconic villains in especially in older school D&D: the Roper and a Beholder zombie. How did that feel?
I feel really good about
That old thing.
it. Really good.
You all just throwing it off. I did want to, now full disclosure, since we did get past it, that Beholder has a disintegration ray, and if it hits you and you fail, you take 48 damage, and if that takes you to 0, it turns you into a pile of dust, which is unresurrectable. Even my man Divot here needs a body to come back from the dead. And so yeah, little did you guys know, there was if I'd rolled a 4 on that beam, there might have been a death on the table. So congratulations.
Man, why do you think I went invisible when it fried that pebble? I was like, oh shit, I only have 38 HP when I'm max age.
Yeah, my man Gus, do not play. But yeah, so after that epic battle, congratulations on everybody surviving. And I personally was terrified for Brian's well-being as well. I know it seems like I'm in control of these things, but the narrative takes its shape and I just follow at its whim. So I'm glad our man's doing all right. But exciting times, guys. Moving up level 6 to level 7. Big level for our caster. For the Deers, Tenna Smoothhands getting access to 4th level spells, a new touchstone for the strength of your magics.
So exciting to be gaining access to more of this light from Shantia, but also more power and more of like I want to be able to like wham a slam with the best of them.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
you
And
know?
you'll find, especially a lot of our audience is new, which is kind of what's nice about these leveling up sessions, is a chance to kind of just talk to you about literally the rules of the game. Is Tina, and you'll start to see this. It's like there is certainly a point where the magic of the game becomes so much stronger than almost any other element within the game. And so as you're getting access to 4th level magics, not quite as much at 4th level, like you'll get banishment, which is a pretty powerful ability, but not quite as like world changing as some of the magic that you'll start getting at 5th and especially 6th level, Hero's Feast and Plane Shift, and you'll be teleporting places, and so we're getting into that mid tier where it's like finally the melee classes and their power and your power kind of balance out, whereas melee classes tend to be a little stronger in the early goings, or at least more durable. I wouldn't say stronger, but more durable. Yeah. So I say we do this. Everybody, go ahead and take a peek at your leveling up sections. But I think we're just gonna bounce through it alphabetically, if you don't mind. As far as class is concerned, sorry, Abby, you're still first. As a cleric.
She's like, wait.
I was like, huh? Huh?
You showed up ready to go first to this.
She was like, ha ha ha.
But Abby, you get to go first, which means that for the rest of this, you just get to smoke tons of weed and laugh at Drew's jokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tina Smoothie, old smooth hands, Smoothie herself, smoothest hands in the West. Level 7 for a cleric. Your proficiency modifier is still +3. That hasn't changed. Proficiency modifier is applied to everything that you're proficient in, which is based on your class. So all the stuff that you can do, your medium armor, your weaponry, and everything. Your proficiency has not gone up with that. That will happen at 9th level. You don't get any new features, which like class features, cool little fun things to do. But the biggest thing really for you have the same amount of cantrips. You still have 4 first level spells. You still have 3 second level spells. You still have 3 third level spells. But now you have 1 4th level spell slot.
Yes, and you brought up banishment. I was looking to put banishment in that spot because I want to be able to have some of that power to banish
Be gone.
Yeah.
$10 says she uses it on Divot first.
With
Like, what was that?
ferocious
Oops.
eye roll. The eyes just.
If he minds his manners, okay?
Yeah, no, banishment. For our newer players, banishment's a phenomenal ability. Basically, Tina can now send somebody to a pocket dimension where they don't take any damage or anything, to a pocket dimension for up to a minute. So it is a concentration spell. So if damage is applied to her, there's a chance the spell might break. The person comes back. But it is a very powerful spell, and it's like at the battle uses of it specifically. It's like you can, and I mean even in role play, I can't say that making somebody disappear for a minute couldn't be a useful thing to do. So, but yeah, man, banishment,
nice
super
juicy
dope
one.
cleric ability. Unfortunately, a little lighter for a cleric as far as level 7 goes. But you did get some real good candy in your last level, so
Yeah,
they
that's
handed
true.
out.
I
But
like
yeah,
that you
access to
just
that 4th
get
level
to
spell.
Send everybody to a timeout.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I feel also like I'm the mediator of the group, and I'm like, okay, everybody just needs to breathe for a second. You need to take a timeout. Go take a timeout.
You're gonna be banishing PCs.
Pocket dimension. Go to your pocket dimension.
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
Your route.
All right. So yeah, Tina Smoothie Girl, that is up for you. I just wanted to say I really enjoyed what we got to do with that little last section there. That was a really great bit of creative gameplay from that. I wanted to apologize to my players. I literally just forget about inspiration points. I would slather you guys in inspiration points. It's literally one of those things I just forget to do. So I would say all of you at this point, feel free to give yourself one inspiration point. There's been extremely strong character motivated play. Gus, you disappearing when things got real was amazing. And I was just like, what's he going to do? Fantastic. I mean, we're talking all the way through the Mad Tea Party. You all just, if I could give you more, I would, but in D&D you only get one. So make sure that you all know you do have an inspiration point. And in real life, you inspire me every day.
Oh.
We're getting a little sweet on this stream.
Stop.
A little sweet on the stream. All right, dope. So, tennis movie, girl, that's you. Excellent stuff. Like I said, it's funny. Shout out to Blackwater D&D, fellow streaming friends of ours. Very awesome people. A kind of cool thing, Brenna and Abby tomorrow night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow night,
Yeah.
we'll be joining Blackwater D&D. Please give them a follow. They're the nicest people in the world. I was lucky enough to join their behind the screens Dungeon Master forum last week, and man, we had some really great talks about some really awesome stuff. If you're a DM, I actually recommend, man, go check it out. This isn't really a plug, but rather we had a really inspiring conversation about some of the things to consider as a DM. So shout out to Blackwater DM for creating some absolutely solid content. The Abby and the Brenna will be joining them for the what is it, character development, I believe it's called.
Yes. Character development.
Character development.
You guys tomorrow.
Yes. I'm very excited.
They really are the best. I'll be watching. Don't you worry. I'll be there in chat.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I learned my alphabet pretty good. I believe the next class that we have to level up are our fighters.
Fighter.
The Battlemaster, Thoricus Onyxheart, played by the Dreamboat, Drew Yonemori. And Brunor, the Serpent, the Serpent Slayer, Master of Brian the
Also
Dracula.
a dreamboat. Also a dreamboat.
Oh, hell yeah.
Doubled the Dreamboat, Brenna
Fuck yeah.
Folger.
Dreamboats right here.
All right, my fighters.
Ski-doos.
7th level. It's pretty cool for fighters. Each of you get no more proficiency bonus as well. That is actually, just so everybody knows, all the proficiency modifiers level at the same rate for every class. That's one thing that is not class specific. Everybody, your proficiency goes up as you level up at the same rate. However, you get a bunch of new archetype features. So, again, Drew is a battle master, or Thoricus Onyxheart is a battle master fighter. Brunor, the Serpent, is a cavalier fighter. So it's like they're both fighters, but it's your archetype kind of defines the style of fighter. Brunor tends to fight on a mount. Her, lovely, big, thick, wiggly boy who can now take a couple hits. So let's do Drew B. You're in the PHP, so I'm going to use you first. Battle Master, level 7, pretty cool thing. You get 2 more you get one more superiority dice, and you get 2 more maneuvers.
Oh yeah.
So the Battle Master maneuvers, your parry, your riposte, those types of things. Do you know which maneuvers you're looking at by chance?
Oh man, there's so many good ones.
Dude, there really are. I love the Battle Master class. It's one of my favorite designs for a melee class in 5e.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna run it by you. One of the first ones I was looking at was sweeping attack.
Sweeping attack. When you hit a creature with a melee weapon, you expend a superiority dice to attempt to damage another creature with the same attack. Pretty cool, kind of like a cleave. Choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target if it's within your reach. If the original attack would hit the second creature, it takes damage equal to the number you roll on your superiority dice. Yeah, pretty sweet. Does a little extra damage if you're in a cluster in a fight with people, which, as most of your battles have ended up, where there's a couple people around you. So that's I'd say that would work pretty well for you.
Just gonna look at that. Trip attack's another good one. It knocks them prone.
Ooh yeah, prone is dope. Prone is everybody gets advantage on him,
right?
Except for ranged attacks on a prone target get disadvantage. But prone is really strong, and tripping people tends to be very useful in Dungeons and Dragons. People are trying to get away, you trip them. I think you've made some pretty excellent picks there, Drewby.
Well, I mean, there's also rally, which I was looking at. That one's good.
Ooh, yeah. Give them temporary hit points. Now, you
hit
do
points.
have, I would say, this is just, again, you have a couple temporary hit point options in the party. Tina most exclusively has the temporary hit point boost, but so does Divot. Remember, I only say that just to remember that temporary hit points don't stack, but it never hurts to have more temporary hit points. You are not wrong.
Right. And then pushing attack is there, but I'm like, we haven't really run into too many situations where if I push something, this last fight, of course, that did happen, and there's that little chasm in the back on that map there that I'm sure there's a bunch of cool little shit that we might find after we're done leveling up, but that was, I think, one of the first situations that we ran into that was kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Move something.
Yeah, and it's like I try to be very clear with my players. It's like certain skills are far better with different DM styles, and I will acknowledge that. Like I don't tend to put you guys on a ton of ledges and stuff. That kind of. It's just it tends not to be the narrative of my battle system. So I just like to give you a heads up and be like, yeah, that's a cool ability, but it might not be as cool in my campaign.
Exactly. I'm trying to think of like the bigger scope of what we've done thus far and our creative thing that we got going on.
And you guys will find, cool. Every DM has like certain skills they use and certain ones they like almost never use. And so, it's that's the flavor of all the DMs, which is kind of a cool thing. But yeah, eventually you'll be able to take advantage of the things that I do all of the time.
How about evasive footwork?
Evasive footwork. Get that foot away.
Ooh,
okay, so I would say evasive footwork, which adds, you use your reaction to add a super. Oh no, it's not even a reaction. You just use a superiority dice, and you add that number rolled to your armor class until you stop moving. Now, what's cool about that, Drew, is we already have this like spinning battle style for you. So I would say, one, it fits the cool narrative function of your attacks, but ultimately, by making the choice to be a great weapon fighter, you have gotten rid of your chance to use a shield. So your class is built for higher damage and less armor class. So I would say this ability is actually doubly efficient for you in that it plays to your strengths and it bolsters your weakness.
Right. And then also, this was a question that I had because I was really wanting to get that, but I have that riposte.
Yes, riposte.
So
yeah, riposte. That's how you
armor class and move. If they try to attack me and miss because I have a higher AC, would that mean that I would now get to attack them?
Correct, because riposte, you actually use your reaction. So exactly, with the other one you don't. So you would basically pop it, get the defense, he misses, now that makes him eligible for a riposte. And you boom, get to use your reaction. So you would dump 2 superiority.
That's hard to say when you're
superiority dice. The soupy ones. Soupy dupes. Superiority dice. You would use 2 to execute that maneuver, but yes, you would 1, not get hit, and 2, hit them back probably. So that's, it's a pretty sweet. I gotta say, man, I do not envy your decision. Do you have the 2 you think you're gonna go with, or do you want me to kind of work with Brunor on her features and then we can?
Well, I think, evasive footwork is definitely going to be one. The other one that I was looking at was disarming attack. I just want to talk about that because.
So disarming attack is really nice in the sense that one thing people do often forget about is a lot of casters have to use a spell focus to cast their magic, which means that the dungeon master should describe that they're holding a spell focus, and you, as a player, should be able to knock that spell focus out of their hand. I assure you, if you took this feat, I would make sure that I do a better job about that. But then I would also hold the players to the same standard where when you're casting, I would be like, where's your spell focus? And enemies would start disarming you as well. But no, disarming strike's good. There is, if I'm not mistaken, and I can look this up, but I'm pretty sure there's already a mechanic in place for disarming. I think this just makes yours better. But I think there is like a way to disarm somebody that's not this attack. That's just like an option you can take. I'm blanking on it a little bit right now, but I can look it up.
I have it. Disarming attack, is that what you want? Like, it says when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to disarm the target, forcing it to drop 1 item of your choice that it's holding. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and the target must.
Oh,
make
in
a
fact,
strength
I am wrong. It is it's an optional rule from the DMG, the disarm action. So you know what? Because it is optional, we haven't really factored it in. I would grant you that. Like it would add a new dynamic to your gameplay style in the sense that you could now disarm people. I'm thinking of older editions.
Some big guy shows up with this big, awesome, sword or something.
You know how I love to have cool weapons.
Right, like, well, I'm knocking that out of his hands because someone's gonna sweep that up. Like,
now I will also mention to think about you fight a lot of monsters. Not all monsters have weapons. You know what I mean? Like, so in that case, maybe not as effective. But I'm just trying to give you the pros and cons of each of these abilities. I think all of them are pretty strong, but there are definitely some. I think you're right. I think evasive footwork. Like I said, it makes you better at a thing you're good at, and it makes you better at a thing you're bad at. So it's like an ultimate, really a strong boon for your character.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. Probably. Let's go with trip attack and evasive footwork.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. All right. So
Get this,
boom.
This thick papa a little more agile.
Oh, don't forget. Actually, I'm sorry. You guys also get more hit points.
Oh yeah.
So, Abby, would you like to take your average, which in your case would be 5 plus your Constitution modifier, or do you want to roll for it?
How good has your week been?
Technology has been spiting me all day.
I'm gonna take my average.
All right.
That's where I'm at right now.
So
Okay?
5 plus your con mod, which I believe
Can I
is
get an amen?
Which is 1 plus
yes.
1.
So you
I
get
believe.
6 more hit points. Now it'll add to your maximum, but it will not add to your current total. You guys will still have to rest to get back to max hit points and get all your spell slots and stuff.
Okay, cool.
So, Drewby, what about you, bro? Your average, in fact, because the fighter hit dice is higher, it is a D10. Your average is 6 plus your con mod.
Okay, I'll take 9 more hit points.
How many hit points you got now, Drew?
That would be 71.
That is nice. That's like an ogre's hit points. All
Well,
right.
total, I'm at 24 currently, but 71 total.
Switching to my Xanathar's Guide to Everything. D&D hashtag not a sponsor, but God do we love you. Bruno, we're going to jump into you, baby girl.
I'm special. I get a,
Yes, you are.
I get a special bug.
Oh, and I also get Know Your Enemy. I forgot about that.
You what now? Oh yeah, know your enemy. Go ahead and explain that, Drew. That's a cool ability. You don't have to read all the stuff that it applies to, just the little gist of it.
Right. So starting at 7th level, if you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside combat, you can learn certain information about its capabilities compared to your own. The DM tells you if the creature is your equal, superior, or inferior in regards to 2 of the following characteristics of your choice, and it's a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's like their AC levels, weapon attack, and stuff. So yeah, it's like a sweet way, Drew. Now you can as long as you have a minute interacting with a person.
Like, is this gonna be worth my time?
Yeah, and then be like, or is this dude gonna tune me up? You know what I mean? Like even you're smart enough to not jump into every battle that is set before you, which we've seen as an evolution in the character of Thor Sonic's Heart that I love. All right, so yeah, Brunor. Warding maneuver.
Yeah, baby, this sounds awesome.
Tell me about it, girl.
The warding maneuver at 7th level, you learn to fend off strikes directed at you, your mount, or other creature nearby. If you or a creature you can see within 5 feet of you is hit by an attack, you can roll 1d8 as a reaction if you're wielding a melee weapon or a shield.
Which you always
roll a
are.
die. Roll a die. Action rolls the target's AC against that attack. If the attack still hits the target has resistance against the attack's damage.
Yes.
Oh my god, okay. You can use this feature. Your Constitution modifier, a minimum of once. Okay, thank you. And you regain all expended uses of it when you finish a long rest! I have a lot of feelings.
She should read for a living. Yeah, no, warding maneuver is pretty tight. So basically, as long as they're within 5 feet of you and you can see them, you get to burn that little ability there to add a D8 to the AC of that other thing. So you can like benefit, as your protection fighter. This really doubles up again, kind of on something you already do well with your mark. Now, beyond just marking the enemy, you can then protect your friends even better, increasing their armor class, much like Thorcus can do to himself. You can do it to whoever's within 5 feet of you. Super sweet. And what's cool is that, yeah, exactly. Brian will be. You can the thing you keep wanting to do, where you're like, how do I protect him? Here it is,
Yeah.
level 7. They gave it to you.
Oh yeah.
Mark. And I protect.
Yeah.
And I protect.
But yeah, so you increase their armor class, and then what's cool is even if they still hit, you reduce their damage by half. So it's like, no matter what, it's a very beneficial thing to do. You can track that on your character sheet as kind of one of those expendable resources of your own, and it does recharge on a long rest. You also get more hit points. Do you want to take your average, Brenna, of 6 plus your con mod, or do you want to tempt those dice gods and roll it out?
Oh, I suddenly have flashbacks of the multiple double ones I've rolled recently. I don't
Brenna,
know
yes.
if you've
Roll 20 has been picking on you.
here, or if any of you guys have remembered, but I'm just gonna take the 9. I'm just gonna do that. This is gonna be real cute.
Taking that
You
9,
know?
very safe, very smart, very smart. I will say, especially when you're taking as many hits as you take. Sweet. So yeah, Bruno, that's a very exciting new maneuver that you have, and it really, like I said, I feel great because as a DM, I do feel like I keep putting you in these scenarios where it's like he's just out of reach. I don't plan it. I'll tell you the truth. I don't sit there and count out the squares between where you're going to be and stuff. It's just like the setting comes up, you guys end up where you are based on the narrative. But it is. I noticed like 2 fights in a row where you were like just almost unable to get to him, and I promise that was not by design. It just worked out that way. So this way you can protect your thick wiggly boy.
A little bit, yeah. That was it. Yeah, we need to protect the goods. The goods.
Gotta protect. Gotta
Yeah.
protect.
Yeah, must
Brian
protect.
the
must
Goods.
mark. Yeah, Brian the goods.
The good
Thick
boy.
wiggly boy. Yeah, the goods boy.
The goods boy.
He's on Facebook.
He is.
He is. Good boy, Brian.
And Bruno, I also have been very bad about giving Brian his attack. I will be adding initiative tracker to battle. It will more than likely just be on yours to keep things easy. But Brian will also have an attack. So I would say the overall, you might end up benefiting the strongest from this most recent level in that your mount is now much stronger, has a fly speed, and you yourself have leveled up as well. So yeah, enjoy some of your new toys. I'm looking forward to what you do with them.
Excellent. I just want like the guitars. Like every time, like.
All right, so Mr. Arcane Trickster, Rial Othravan, Rogue Extraordinaire, 7th level, very exciting for a couple reasons here. First off, buddy, how about that sneak attack damage?
How about that sneak attack damage?
Foe D6. Oh,
Yikes.
that mixed in with the throat fucker
I was
will
gonna
be
say.
very
Yeah.
exciting.
Fuckers.
Throat fucker.
The old throat fucker. I
I
rewrote
fucking
it
love
in
you
my
people.
character card. I'm like, wrist blade, throat fucker. So
Yeah.
it's official now, I think.
I love it. I love it so much.
All right,
I was
boy.
so happy.
I don't think.
I forgot I made that.
Also very exciting for you, Rial. You get access to 2nd level spells. Ooh.
Hey now.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Do you have any that you have been eyeing at all?
No, I didn't even know this was something that was gonna happen.
Ooh, yeah, boy. So here, I got. This is what I'm here for, folks. As a dungeon master, it's your job to help facilitate the leveling process. So I'm gonna jump right in here with you, buddy.
It's all gonna be okay there.
We're doing
bud.
this together in real time.
Breathe.
We're hanging out with my buds.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
As long as I'm not frozen. I froze for a sec, I think. but-
Good for a sec.
Probably, but probably in some handsome. Is it just like why is Jake so handsome every time he freezes?
Yeah.
That's my biggest
He
question.
freezes so handsome.
Unfair.
Everybody says it. Everybody says it.
It's one of the number one comments on this production is like, man, look, now his screen's black. So we made him run away.
Screen's black.
But
It's
it's
the
fun.
most handsome thing to be.
We have a Jake is handsome jar. It pays for all of the pizza.
Yes, thank you. So everyone in chat, thank Jake.
Thanks.
Yes.
Wow.
Jake, the pizza party.
Wow.
Yeah.
Party.
Wow.
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 Handsome Jake.
Wow.
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 Oh, thank you. Actually, I wanted to take this second. We didn't get a chance in the show, I don't think, but I wanted to thank Jake Taylor for the design of our wow emote.
Oh yeah.
Design wizard artist.
Wow.
Wow. Let's all, you know what? Let's crit hit for wow right here. We're not rolling many dice, so we're going to call this an official crit hit.
Yeah.
There it is. And let's do it. Let's do this, guys. Well, I think we're about halfway through at least. Oh, man. I'm gonna be real. This is a heart to heart. We're all opening our chests here to you guys tonight. We have all had some pretty rough week this week. So we are fucking crawling to the finish line here tonight. I just want to take this second and say, this is why you play D&D, man. I had a rough day. A lot of us did. Big love out to a lot of people who are having some rough times right now. But it is so good to get together with your buds and fucking just love each other and play a stupid game together and smoke a little weed together. And I did. Oh, yes. I forgot to do this at top of show. We got a fucking Discord now. So that shit, I'll be dropping that link here in the chat. We're 30 minutes in. Isaac's hitting me with the sign. I'm welcome to the behind the scenes apparently tonight. But yeah, we got a Discord now, baby. So all the buds, we got a little spot we can hang out. We got a little spot we can play some games. We got a little room that's called the smoke room where, we can all just hang out and have a little smoky smoke. Maybe listen to some music. It's a pretty cool thing. I'll admit, very new to Discord, but I feel like I put a little extra work into it to make it pretty fun. So please, buds, come join us. We'll start doing some really fun stuff through the Discord, including an opportunity to play in a one-shot that I DM once a month for the Bud community. So, yeah. Boom. Here we go. We're dropping everything. We had a hard week. That's what's up. Keep an eye out. Exciting things. Come to the Discord. There's a link. Go to the thing. Join up. Hang out. And then fuck. Let's kick it. Let's
All
kick
right,
it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, guys, we got Gus to do it.
Ah. All right.
Download Discord.
We are we're jumping back into Real Authorvon after my rail jump there where I got off the rails. Back to level 7. Real, you will now know 5 spells, so you'll have one more spell that you'll know. You can drop any old spells if you're not using them. This does not apply to your cantrips. So yeah, you will now know 5, so you've gained one more spell, and you can now cast 2 second level spells. Now, as part of the Arcane Trickster thing, I'm not sure, but it is the Wizard spell list, yes. So yeah, let's check for something fun. I know I dropped this on you here, and
I've got an idea already.
Ooh, I like it.
It's second level wizard, right?
yeah, second level Wizard spells. There's actually some pretty good ones in there. What are your thoughts?
I've seen Divot Poof a lot. I want to maybe put a spike at invisibility. Best rogue ever.
Yo, yeah, what better way to hide than to be completely invisible? Fantastic. I think that fits right in with your whole game there too, buddy. Now, what's funny, there is sea invisibility is also an option. Now that you know, the way D&D works, as you start getting access to spells, typically so do the things that you're fighting against. You'll see, like, suddenly banishment is on the table, and, it's as you guys break those levels. So seeing invisible things may be very helpful to you. Just a thought. But, man, there's some good ones. Shatter. I mean, if we're just stealing all of Divot's tricks, I would take...
He's an inspiration, damn it.
He's good at it. I'll tell you, I never really use Shatter, and I have to say it, Gus, I will have that spell all the time now. You have nailed the successful use of that spell twice in very awesome, incredible ways.
In fucking terrible ways.
Yo, no, shout out my brother Porkchop. Anytime Divot casts Shatter, my brother says he jumps up and down on his bed. So, which makes me happy.
I was dying when you were like, and Divot without casting Shatter, casts Shatter.
Yes.
Yo, I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask Isaac. Is it possible to pull up our map because I want to showcase this? I know I'm throwing this at. I'm telling you guys, this is a little fucking different, man. I hope you're with it.
Totally with it.
I made a little map here. Now, this is the same place we were in last time, but it's post-miracle. Isaac, if you can find... I'm going to shift-click on it so you can get to it. I'm showing off. I built this roper out of several stamps on the Incarnate system. I use Incarnate Pro for all my maps. A lot of people have asked. Incarnate Pro's pretty amazing, I have to say, for what you get. They have the new battle map settings and stuff. What's cool about a map making system is I can take, so this is a stalagmite, and then I added this little thing that kind of looks like his eye with some nature blown out of it. I threw some tentacles, and then I found this nice stuff that just kind of looks like the goo that I said splashed out of him. And I gotta say, it was 3 a.m. I was very high when I made this, and I was just like, I gotta wake everybody up and tell them about this.
Beautiful.
I want to print it up and put it on my wall.
I gotta say, to toot my own horn, that's a pretty sweet little roper there.
Yo, I just realized with the grid, it looks like a sheet of acid, and I'm freaking out.
Print, Control P.
Whoa!
I know what we're doing next weekend.
All right, we can leave the map. Man, I gotta say, I was pretty happy with that little guy.
Beautiful.
All right. So I also was buying my friend some more time because, Jake, do you know what other, are you getting another spell? Are you just going to grab the one, or are you going to trade out some of your old spells potentially for a new shiny 2nd level spell? It's shiny. I will tell you some good ones that I like. Blur's pretty good, and Large Reduce has some pretty awesome. Flaming Sphere is this rolling ball of fire.
It came out of me, Brenna.
Hold person.
Enough from the peanut gallery.
I love these humans.
You can tell who finished thinking today. The 3 of us are like, we're done.
I needed this. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, thank you. Bless your hearts.
Smoke to that.
All right. What the hell?
What
Great
the
friendship.
hell?
Roll it. There it is. Crit hit. Crit sit. Heck yeah. Don't forget to hydrate. Big water. We are ready. We are ready to represent you. This water could be your water, Big Water. And I'd be
We're
like,
waiting, damn it.
Big sunscreen. I'm coming for you.
Hey.
I'll tell you guys, we have made no progress on Big Water. I have sent many emails to all the big players.
Water@gmail.com.
Yeah, water@gmail.com. Water at AOL, like some of the older water guys. Nobody's getting back to
Water
me.
at earth.com? None of that.
Earth.
I went to h2.o and it wasn't anything.
What the?
It
What?
wasn't anything.
Abby, we're gonna have to try to get Coppertone kids sponsorships.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm super
need
white
the
too. Like, let's not leave my
Fiore.
whiteness
I
out of the
need this.
equation.
Oh yeah. You
Yes.
in the mix?
You should see these legs, y'all.
SPF for everybody.
They white, but they're hairy. What a combo. All right, so Rial,
I'm clear.
because I'll never stop talking about my own leg hair if we don't. Can we? What do you think? What are you doing there, Rial? What's your plan?
Can I ask you a question? Comparing two spells.
What up? Of course. Yeah.
I'm
No,
between.
I'm fucking out. Jake's asking.
I quit the show.
No!
There we go.
That was in Gus. That was his contract.
On.
Now he's gonna go poop for 2 hours. Great.
God.
Gus is retired from Weed&d. He because he still hasn't leveled up. All right, Jake.
We'll get there.
What two spells? These are my favorite conversations to have in the world. So yeah, what two spells?
I'm between disguise self and alter self.
All right. Disguise self is actually first level. So alter self is a little better. Alter self, you assume a different form entirely. When you cast the spell, you choose one of the following options. You can. Oh yeah, this one's actually a little different. So you can become. You like grow gills, and you can like breathe underwater and shit. You can change your appearance, like your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, color, distinguishing characteristics. It's like a full-on morph. You can look like another race, though none of your statistics change. You also can't appear as a creature of a different size than you, so you do have to kind of stay the same size. If you're bipedal, you cannot become a quadruped, for instance. And then
Robert Downey Jr.
what's dope is during the duration, you can use your action to change that appearance over and over and over again. So if you use your action, you can change again for up to an hour. So for 1 hour, as an action, you can change what you look like. So you could do that over and over and over again, which has some really interesting story implications. But another cool thing you get is the other one is called natural weapons, where you grow claws or fangs or spines or horns or some kind of natural weapon, and your unarmed strikes deal piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing depending on what kind of weapon you use, and your attacks are magical and they get +1. So it's like you like grow these magical claws or whatever, whatever you want.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Pretty
Yeah,
freaking
I
cool.
want that.
We're not even talking about the other spell. Oh no, we talked about disguise. That's first level. So yeah, Gus has rejoined the show. Gus, thanks for being in Weed&d still.
You won me over. The check cleared. I'm here.
It is this kind of quality programming you can get nowhere else on the internet.
It's true.
No.
Yeah, I'm straight.
I couldn't stay away. These eyes
Well, Jake
Try
just took
every
an awesome
night.
spell.
for you.
Sweet.
Sick.
What about your hit
Which-
points there, Rial? Are you manning up? Are you grabbing the fickle
No.
mistress of fate by the nips, giving him a radio twist? Or are you going to play it like a little namby-pamby and take the average?
Damn.
Mamby-pamby.
Science, baby. I ain't no namby-pamby. I believe in science. Give me that average.
Yeah.
You're damn
Oh,
right.
yeah.
The power of mathematics is the strongest power of all. So, Rial, you are a D8 hit dice, so you get 5 plus your Constitution modifier.
5 + 1.
There it is. So 6 more hit points. As you can see, the differential between like the higher hit dice characters, the fighters, and the lower hit dice characters just continues to spread. Making you...
That's why I'll just turn into a fucking minotaur with chainsaw hands.
Oh wait, what?
Please do
spell
that.
Did you take?
Yeah, just wait. Yeah. Divot's gonna want that spell so bad.
I think I'm probably already looking at it.
Uh-oh. All right. I can't wait to see if you did and you both just sit there and change forms at each other for an hour. All right. Well,
Oh, and I
Rial.
get evasion too, but that's, yeah, you mentioned that. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then evasion. Yeah, the rogue's baby, the bread and butter of the rogue class. At level 7, whenever you make a dexterity saving throw, say a fireball, a lightning bolt, or something like that, typically, if you pass, you take half damage, and if you fail, you take full damage. Not with rogues, baby. At level 7, you are now so quick, so dexterous that you are able to, at no worse, take half damage. So if you fail, you only take half damage, but if you succeed, you take 0 damage. So yeah, your ability to mitigate, especially spell damage, is exceptionally high now.
Thank God.
Jake.
Thank God.
That's true, because let me tell you guys, magic's coming. Fucking A, dude. Sweet. Hit points, we did the whole thing. We got that off. Real, Othravon. Pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to some upcoming arcs with your character.
Ooh, as do I.
What's up with Real? What's up with Real? Weird. Lots of weird things.
Always weird. It's always gonna be fucking weird.
Real's weird things. We still need that sound cue, and I swear I'm gonna make it.
Girl like Real.
It'll be that. All right. Now, Gustavo, my man, Gus, 2 Blunts, Langley, Divot, no last name, no middle name. You got you're our multi-classer in the party. You, unlike everybody else, have decided to walk the road of multiple classes. So you have quite a choice here to make. Now, the way multi-classing works, every time Divot levels up, he has the choice to level up in the class that he started at, a Glamour Bard, or the Warlock class that the Dark Divot has taken on since his affiliation with Death. An affiliation that has only grown stronger as the storyline has progressed. So, Divot, I'm interested. Are you barding a little harder, or are you warlocking up? I gotta say, level 2 for warlocks, pretty sweet.
So,
Harder.
as Real levels up, Divot's heart beats, and he thinks about his connection with Real, and he takes a second level in Warlock.
Oh, war dubs. All right. Warlock's very interesting class, and one of their most interesting features you unlock at level 2, the Eldritch Invocations. Now, there are many of these invocations to choose from. There's quite a list here in just the PHB. There's some in other books and stuff too, but man, there's some good ones in here. Just a little taste of a couple of them, just for our players at home. Things like speaking with animals at will without using a spell, levitating at will, mage armor at will. We had talked a little bit about this off air, Gus. It actually says you can cast it at will, so you would have it all the time. It wouldn't just be the 8 hours. If you wanted to go that route. Armor Shadow's very strong. But yeah, so there's a lot of little candy. Most of these will modify effects of skills or spells that warlocks use or utilize more often. So, you got any in mind? Old 2 Blunts?
Okay. Tell me that I can't use Sculptor of Flesh.
Oh my god.
What is it called? Sculptor of Flesh.
You have to be 7th level, which I am, not as a bard or as a warlock, but I am overall.
Yo. Dope. You hella can't. No. Oh, the prerequisite is 7th level. Is that 7th level warlock, though? Ooh, you caught the DM in a bit of a fix. Because you are a 7th level character, but you're not a 7th level warlock. I'm just going to look at the prerequisites. You must meet them to learn it.
The what?
See, I'm sorry, the prerequisites was what I half said in my mind
the full
there.
word correctly.
Because I am a 7th level character.
I know, this is riveting. This is how D&D works, though, guys.
Shush.
Man, it doesn't say prerequisite 7th level warlock. It says prerequisite 7th level. You are 7th level. I think they just don't want to give you access to polymorph before your character is 7th level, which makes sense because it's a pretty freaking crazy spell that I am terrified to put in your hands, Gus. I'm not gonna lie. That is one of those spells where people are like, that's a DM. That's like I make this world, and then you have a paintbrush that works in this world, and you can adjust things too.
So let me tell you what my plan for it is if I am allowed to do. I mean, obviously, the sky is the limit. But my go-to would be to turn into my 6-eyed bear form as like an animal polymorph but instead of just looking like it, like I do with my Mantle of Inspiration, I would actually like be imbued with the power of a bear of my challenge rating.
That is correct. So yeah, the way that polymorph works, you transform. You can. All right, I'm going to tell you. This is the part that scares me. You can also cast this on other people. So you can turn other people into stuff as well for up to an hour. So that's the only where I'm like, haha, you don't have the last laugh. You have 1 hour.
And it just has to be an entity that is, a beast that is of their challenge rating
Correct.
or level or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. So you get the transformation. It lasts for the duration. It can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same. You can do a smaller one if you want to. I'll just let you know, people like turning things into flies, for instance.
Oh, that hadn't even occurred to me.
Just
Sick.
let's, you know what? Let's wind that back. And you forgot that I said that. The target assumes the hit points of its new form. When it reverses to normal form, it gets its hit points that it had before it transformed. So if it reverts as a result of dropping to 0 hit points, so if like you turn it into a fly and then squash it, and it drops to 0 HP, it will actually turn back into itself. The creature is limited in actions it can perform by the nature of its new form. So if you make a guy a mouse and mice can't speak, he can't speak. He can't be like, holy crap, I'm a talking mouse. I'm gonna go tell everybody you turned me into a talking mouse and then run away.
Unfortunate.
So yes.
He's just a mouse until someone steps on him and then he turns back into a person.
Yes. So if that's the if that is the evocation that you are choosing,
Okay, now, apologies. How do I add invocations to my character sheet?
you're gonna kind of do it similarly to your other class abilities. So down there on your main character sheet, the front page in the bottom right, there's like class features. I would just add them there because that's really what they are. They're like little boons. If I'm not mistaken, you get 2 of them, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So do you know which other one you want to use?
Man, there are so many that are tempting. I would love to take that extra AC from Armor of Shadows, but it is impossible to not take Agonizing Blast.
Yeah. Yes. Here it is. So there's a big, the best cantrip in the game. The reason people say so is it's a 1d10 cantrip that has an attack, multiple beams, your Eldritch Blast. Now, that's nice. A d10 is pretty cool, but what if you roll a 1? Ah, fiddlesticks. I only did 1 damage. Sure, it's cool. I got 2 beams. What if that one rolls a 1 too? No longer a problem for you, my man Divot. With Agonizing Blast, you now add your Charisma modifier to each beam you fire. So your average damage per round just took a nice healthy jump there. If you hit with what is your I'm actually curious, what is your charisma right now? I don't think you're at 20 yet, are you?
I'm at 18 right now.
So yeah, level 8 you'll have the chance to boost that up to a 20, in which case you'll be doing like multiple beams plus 5 damage each beam. You're right, it is the juiciest in my opinion. Earlier, stuff. I think you actually I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never looked at Sculptor of Flesh. That is an awesome skill. You're basically getting a 4th level wizard spell to use as, if I'm not mistaken, you still have to use. Yeah, you have to use one of your warlock spell slots, but those recharge on a short rest, so that's freaking cool, bro.
Now, where should I drag Agonizing Blast over to?
I would just. Let me see if it works. Sometimes what's cool about Roll20 character sheets is they have the drag and drop feature. You would probably just drag it right here. I'm gonna do I'm jumping in right. Hey, what's up? I'm 2 blunts. That was my worst awful thing. That was my worst Gus impression ever. Okay, so.
Pretty bad.
What I want to see is...
I thought it was pretty good.
We added Revenant. So let's do this. I'm going to add a feature here. And see if you can't drag it into this new... If it won't let you drag it into that new ability window, I can just add it here later. That's something we don't have to...
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but we know which 2 you're going with. Sculptor of Flesh and the
Yeah.
agonizing
Yeah.
blast. Very cool. Also,
I'm gonna be a dinosaur.
Oh my goodness.
yo, turning into the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let me tell you, we were fighting a pit fiend the first time I got the spell polymorph, and I was like, what's more awesome than a giant, like 20-foot tall demon attacking this town? Turning into a Tyrannosaurus Rex to fight him. And it was just like, and it was fucking epic, dudes. Ugh. Yeah, dude, turning into
cannot
dinosaurs,
wait.
yes. Use that. Do that. But don't turn my guys into fly. All right, so level 7, you got your, you know one more spell. You got to learn a new spell. That's really it. You have 2 spell slots. You have 2 warlock spell slots now, which are nice. They cast as first level spells. And you know 2 evocations. What about you, Divot? How about those hit points, bro? You got a D8, so your average will be 5 plus your con modifier if you take the average, or are you gonna tickle the fates?
I also get to learn one new spell too, right?
Yes, yeah, you go up from 2 to 3.
Okay, I think I want to take Hellish Rebuke.
Yes, you do. It's a dope spell.
Tight. Okay. Just so we have that on record. It's sick. If anybody doesn't know what it is, if somebody attacks me, I get to use a reaction to take 2 D10 fire damage if they fail to save.
Yeah, you're like, hey, don't try to touch me, clown. Boom! And you just burn the F out of them.
Yeah, I literally just point at them and then they get engulfed in dark flames.
Yeah, and it's sweet, because you don't really use your reactions a ton, you know what I mean? Like, you're not really in the thick of it a lot, so your reaction to be able to burn dudes that are attacking you is super sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, dudes, what about those hit points?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for it. I'm feeling
man.
froggy.
Wow.
My man. Here, Divot, I'm gonna do,
Feeling
this
spicy.
is something, if we were in person, this is something I would do, and I'm gonna do it just because I have my dice right here. Divot, I will also roll a dice. I will not tell you what my dice result is, but after you roll your dice, you will be able to choose if you want your roll or my roll.
Ooh,
Saucy dame.
Cut that out.
angry.
All right then.
Ooh.
All right, what do I need to roll?
Oh, I actually rolled the wrong dice. I need a D8. Well, that was anticlimactic. All right, here we go.
It's a shit ass poker face.
All right, well I rolled a 7.
I was like, bro, it's a 7.
So you're taking the 7?
Yeah, and then it would be plus my con modifier, right? Which is 1, so
That's
I get
true.
8.
That's true.
It's a good roll, buddy.
Yeah.
Tight.
Hell yeah.
The only roll that could have been better would have been an 8, right?
Oh!
Oh, I rolled the 8! Oh, it's all right. 8 hit points is nothing to shake a stick at. Yeah, well, thanks for playing. Actually, that's still awesome. You beat the average also by 1 hit point, so do not fret about the one you didn't get from me, but rejoice at the one that you did get over the fates. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think I'm going to call it. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us. I understand this was not the ideal. I would have loved to play a full sesh as well, and we will be back to bring that thunder to you next week. But for now, we got a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take these lighters, hold them up in front of us, and make sure we're not going to hurt anybody here. I'm going to make sure I have something to light. Boom. And we like to go lighters up. Thanks for getting higher with us, guys.
Oh, yeah. Ha! So what? You can't touch me. 'Cause I'm from the internet.